In today's video, we will be demonstrating how to use the mass spectrophotometer during a copper amine synthesis. When you enter the lab, make sure you are wearing the proper lab attire, which consists of closed-toed shoes, long pants, and goggles. Prior to making your stock solution, you will need to weigh out 0.12 grams of copper sulfate pentahydrate. You will then mix ammonia in with the crystals till you have reached a light blue color. You will then add water to your 25 milliliter flask using a pipette until the meniscus sits on the mark of the flask. Do not go over the line or you will have to start over. Now that you have your stock solution, you will need to make a series of 4 dilutions. Once you have your dilutions, move each solution to a cuvette and fill them up 3/4 of the way using a pipette. Make sure to keep all your solutions in the proper order, not to get mixed up when taking them into the mass spec room. Once you have reached the mass spec room, you will need to start by zeroing out the mass spec using a blank. You will start by gently cleaning off the sides of the cuvette and placing it inside the mass spec, making sure that the clean sides are in front of the visible light. You will then close the door and move over to the computer screen. You should find the 0 button and click it. The absorbency value should be close to 0. Running a blank cuvette in the machine first causes the mass spec to internally save the absolute light value into the computer. Then when you put the sample in, the computer will automatically account for the light that was lost to all the things that aren't in your sample. Failing to zero your machine will result in inaccurate data and affect your calculations. After you have zeroed out your mass spec, you will carefully remove your cuvette and place it as far enough away as to not spill on this expensive equipment. Now you are ready to view and record the data for your following dilutions. Make sure to wipe down the sides of your cuvette and place the clean sides in facing the light source. Close the mass spec and move over to the computer screen. Once the mass spec door is closed, move over to the computer screen and find the word Read. Click on the button and wait for your data to appear. After you have received your absorbency value, record this information into your lab notebook. Scans of specific wavelength need to be made because not all solutions are able to absorb light at all wavelengths. The data on the screen is the X and Y values for the lambda max. Make sure to record them in your lab manual for further calculations. It is very important that you make sure to clean up your lab area and make sure that there are no spills anywhere near the mass spectrophotometer. Don't forget to clean up your materials that you have left during the lab. Take them over to the sink and wash them with water and soap. These chemicals can easily be disposed of down the sink with lots of warm water. Finally, be sure to clean off your lab bench. Take a clean, dry paper towel and wipe down your lab bench, making sure that everything is clean and left the way it was before you found it. With the equation A equals ELC, we can algebraically manipulate this to find the values that you are looking for. Beer-Lambert's law tells us that the absorbance depends on the quantity of the absorbing compound in the light path through the cuvette. If we plot absorbance against concentration, we get a straight line passing through the